they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Ludacris going in on the verse, cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that...
That's enough of that. Yeah. All I do is win, except when I'm losing. So, anyway, welcome to the first podcast of the year, of the fantasy season. So, long story short, I've been pretty shit, and I'll be honest, when you suck at fantasy, you tend to want to record less potties. So, yeah, there's that. And, we tried one. We nearly had a three-way, me, Marcel, and Toddy. We also tried to have a three-way pod, but yeah, I had some internet issues, and I fixed those now. So we're good. We're in a new location, out in the lounge room. And then I'll set up my new potty studio in Melbourne shortly. But anyway, just going to do a quick one. So just me. I just spare of the moment. Got things set up. And I will quickly run through and talk some shit about the season so far, because it's been eventful. It's either been one to remember or one to completely forget and cry about endlessly. So it's short odds on where I sit on that spectrum. But yeah. We'll get into it. So here we go. We've got the ladder. So we've had 7 rounds already. Honestly, where'd the time go? Like, time flies when you're losing every single matchup possible. But 7 matchups. So Chris Nedden, 6 wins. You dirty dog. Not too bad, mate. Absolutely loving that from you. Yeah, good stuff, mate. Good stuff. So it's pretty hotly contested in the top. And I'll be perfectly honest, I've not even looked at the ladder, like the top section. I didn't even realize that Sneds was 6 from 7 until right now. So yeah, this is basically like raw take here, because I've been looking at where I am on the ladder, so I don't get too far up. But yeah, so we've got a bunch of boys there. 5 wins each. Kyle and Marcel, few of the usual candidates. Rhett's doing pretty well up there. Marty's been solid, 50-50. Him and new boy Aaron, they're going all right. Big Mike, he's also on 4 wins. So yeah, you've really got that top 4 that's basically all on 5 wins, except for Chris, who has to fucking be a real show-off cunt. And then you've got 4 boys on 4 wins, followed by Jesse on 3. Now, Jesse did reach out to me today to complain about the fact that he's got the 3rd highest points scored, and he's coming in 9th. So, yeah, I just pulled out my world's smallest violin and played him a very nice little number on that one. But yeah, that happens, doesn't it? It always is the case that you can kill it. Your squad's killing it, and you just, for whatever reason, the matchup gods just completely fuck you. So yeah, hopefully for his sanity, his luck turns around. But he's got a few injuries at the moment, I think. So yeah, maybe not. And then we have the 3 amigos, I like to call it. 3 amigos of absolute shitness. Todd's new girl Nick and myself. So yeah, it ain't too nice down here. It's pretty shit, I'll be honest. If you want to talk about points scored, there's not much to choose between me and Nick. Her only victory is against me, which I've alluded to the fact that beating me is like punching a blind kid. Like, yeah, congratulations, you're so tough. But yeah, 2,547, 2,543. We are total shit. That's so bad. So over 500 points behind Marty, who's scored the most, and Todd's ain't doing too much better. So yeah, it's not good down here. So that really shows you why these guys at the top here have such good records. It's purely down to the fact that we kind of suck down here, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, I want to go through. I'll just have a look at the sides because I hadn't really planned what I was going to talk about. I just league not found. Yeah, right. Nice. Love that. I wish my team could not be found. I would just chuck them in the dumpster and fucking forget they exist because honestly, not good. So we'll quickly go. I don't want to spend too much time just talking about my side. So, and it's obviously the shittest side in the comp, so it doesn't really deserve that much time spent on it. So hooker situation, absolutely fucking dire. Oh, before I get into just the teams in general, just the absolute lack of talent across the board for all positions basically. So hookers pretty hard to get by the best of times. But so many people are playing hookers that are only playing 45 minutes, or they're playing some guy who's out of position, and there's just no depth. Halves are fucking horrible. It used to be back in the day, well, not even back in the day, but last year, all the last 5-6 years, you could get away with not drafting a half. Marcel did it many times where he'd go through and he would just pick up 1 or 2 halves in the final 5 rounds. Or final 2-3 rounds because there'd be so many left. But fuck, man, there's just not there's so many halves that are just dog shit. Brooks back in the day, he would have always been good for a mid-40s, and it's just not happening. And winger fullback is just as bad this year. It's there's nothing on the waivers. It's and then you've got all these guys that are just completely underperforming. It's everybody forgot how to play footy over the off-season. The actual footy itself's been fantastic. Really close contest, but for whatever reason, there's just so many people just not scoring well for fantasy. So, look, it is what it is. Yeah, all right, cool. Moving on. We'll jump back to my side. So, where to start? Yeah, like I said, hooker, absolute shit show. Brandon Smith, that's going to go down. At the moment, it's going down as one of the worst drafts pickups in potentially league history, which says a lot, seeing how we're 10 seasons deep here. So, yeah, hasn't been good. And Sonny Luke, he's just not doing it. So, obviously, we got Joseph Tapine down here. He would usually slot in there, and he's on bye. But for a first-round pick, he's just not been it. He's only the 6th best mid, which is fine. If I didn't fucking draft him in the first round, he's just not performed as well as last year. And like I said, a lot of people haven't, but yeah, it stings. It stings when it's your first round pick. And then I think Smith was my second. So it's just trouble all around. I've only just got Lane back. He's been back for 2 rounds. About 50 odd last week, which was okay. This is better. Wilton's been fine. King's been a really good waiver pickup. Half is just an absolute shit show for me. I shouldn't have gave away Hunt, but yeah, here we are. And winger fullback and centre. Tomoko's been great. Nearly mid-40s. He's been really good. So loving having him. Drinkwater has just been terrible. I just want to drink anything but water around this cunt. Kennedy, fucking forget about it. Campbell has been quite good for me, but he's not long for this world. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just a real shit show. And you kind of damned or you do, damned if you don't. 1 week one hooker kills it, 1 week the other one, and it's just you're never playing the right one, and just not doing any good at all. I don't really see any end in sight to that. So I kind of just go into each round with very little expectations now. So this side is just purely existing at this point. So yeah. All right, cool. Moving on. I guess we're just going up the ladder at the moment here. Nick's team. Now, Nick. So I think, enough has been said. Well, actually, not that much has been said because there hasn't been any podcasts. But, people made comments about the fact that she drafted Dewey super early and drafted Adam Reynolds. Like, that was a mistake on her behalf, But it's her first draft, so it is what it is. She cannot be blamed too much there. And, I don't think she drafted the worst side ever. It's just she's not having any luck. Not much happening at all. Her hooker situation has gone to crap. What's his name? The shit Brayley, Jaden. He's gone. No, he's actually pretty good. So he's gone for the season. That's a tough one. Tino would have been a big dog draft for her, and for him to only get 47.7, that's not good. Kafusi, he's just coming back from suspension, and the fact that he's one of her better, one of her starting edges with an average of 29.7, that just ain't it, Chief. But yeah, Bird's been great in centre for her. Guffo decent, and Paulo's been quite good most weeks, but yeah, I mean, clearly they haven't been that good on the whole because they're just not they're not winning. So interesting because she was playing Farnworth in centre, so 42.7. He must have really shat the bed last week for her to have dumped him down. I don't know. So he scored 35 the last 2 weeks. So yeah, I find that particularly interesting that she's dropped him, moved Bird down, and she's starting someone like Kafusi, who's only averaging 30, albeit from 3 games. It's a small sample size, but yeah, once again, who the fuck am I to talk about? I'm on 0 wins from 7 games, but that is just me, and I dare say if you asked other people, they would say the same thing. I don't really know why she's still got Dewey in her side. The dude's pretty cooked, right? Was it MCL? Nah, he's cooked. No, he definitely did. He definitely did ACL, right? Yeah. No, he's fucking gone. So, yeah, give it up, Nick. But yeah, hopefully, she turns it around, can notch up a few more wins. I mean, I say that, but I kind of wanted to keep sucking so I can hopefully turn it around and jump her. But yeah, hopefully we both turn it around. There we go. Nice happy medium. Next up, Toddy. Yeah, Brayley, solid. Horsberger's a recent pickup. He's been real good the last 2 or 3 weeks. Ricky's playing for more minutes, but yeah, it's like fucking Raiders minutes rotation. You never know what you're going to get with that shit. Sutton hasn't been it. Sutton's not been the guy. So yeah, he's been playing Tavaga. He played Tavaga last week. So I'm not entirely sure why he's got Sutton in there at the hot minute. But yeah, Horsberg ain't going to be it this week either. He's on bye. Hosking, he did real fucking well to hold Hosking for the first 3 rounds where he was just not anywhere to be seen in a starting side, or even reserves. He was nowhere. So yeah, and he's just been great ever since he came on. Alyssa Katoa down at Melbourne now. Yep, fantastic. Cleary, big dog Cleary, just killing it like he does. Ramian, yeah, 45.5. That's great at centre. Johnson, yeah, he does okay when he gets the pies, but if he doesn't get those tries, just nothing. And Suoli'i, he's been around to many a side so far, and yeah, he's just, I don't know, I guess he's found his home at Toddy's recently. What's he been scoring lately? Since I dropped him. Any regrets? Yeah, I think he had. I think I picked him up after that 60, or maybe I played him for that 60. I don't know, but yeah, 25, 40, 31, 17. So it hasn't been it. just go to fucking rugby union already, mate. But he's definitely missing Garrick there on the bench. But once again, no chockies for Toddy. Only the 1 win, so not too good. More buys than Mardi Gras. Quick segue on buys. I personally have been feeling the pinch. If I had my time again during draft, I'd do a lot differently, but I'd absolutely be just, looking at who's got buys and playing it a bit smarter, because they really fucked me, like, on the whole. And just back to my side in general, I just went with way too many injured players to start the season. If you manage to if you draft actually well, which is meant to be the goal, then having a few can be okay. But that just fucked me because my players were shit. I had injured cunts and then suspensions, so it was just, it was not a good time. Speaking of injured cunts, Carraz is injured. So I think 3 weeks. Gus was saying on Twitter. Egan's been getting head knocks like crazy. So he's like the New Zealand Warriors Ponga over there. Not good. But he's been really good when he has been on the park. On the whole, though, I mean, he's got like Coruscant, so he's got really 2 good hookers. Coruscant has not. That average isn't great. It's clearly dropped since he's left the Panthers. So, like 15. Like, what happened there? I don't know, 46 minutes. That's a weird one. 54, 50, 41, 27. So, they're mostly good scores. I don't know. Like, you'd be pretty confident playing Appy every week, wouldn't you? Like, fuck. Clement's been fine. Fanil Blake, he was a fucking beast on the weekend. Fafita's playing like some of the best footy he's played. Egan Butcher, I started off with him, dropped him. He's had a couple good scores for Jesse, a few tries, but I don't think he's long for this world. The old Roosters, they got a few edge forwards coming back, so we've got Birdo and Walker, the constant halves rotation for Jesse. So much like I alluded to with hookers, where I was rotating them all the time and never picking the right one, Jesse's done quite similar with his halves. He never seems to grab the right one. As we sneak off screen. Got to stay hydrated. Turns out I still do drink water. Targo's been great as well. 45 nearly average. Jesse had a nice little run where he was dropping centers and other people were picking him up and they were killing it. So, he's stuck with Targo now. So that's worked out well for him. Dilly Edwards has just been a revelation. He's just killing it. That's probably one of the best winger fullback averages in the entire comp. We'll check that out very shortly. Aaron Clark, he's not doing too much for him. Welch, I dropped him as well. He's been. I would have kept Welch, but I just had too many dramas holding injured cunts and suspensions. So, that's another negative to doing all that. Just starting injury heavy on your bench. It just ain't it. And Curran has been back, but don't think Jesse's got too much kind of confidence in playing him that often. So hopefully he can pick it up for Jesse. Otherwise, he's going to have issues when Butcher falls out of the side over the coming weeks. All right, cool. Let's have a look at the players. So we've got all players, and we'll go winger fullback. There we go. As predicted, just Dilly Edwards, 53.7. Marzu killed it. We'll get to that soon. Fuck it. We'll go back. But I just wanted to say that one there. For Dilly Edwards. All right. We need an investigation. Money's been good. 51.3. Very solid. Taumalolo's been playing injured. Now, it's gotten so bad that he's getting surgery and he's going to be out for about 6 weeks. So, Yeah, I think that might be a blessing for Jared there. Like, you kind of get in a situation where you've got that big name player. Even though I don't think he drafted him that high at all. He's really fallen off Tamalolo, but he's kind of got that name reputation where you're like, oh, you want to play him, even though he's not doing it. It's like, oh, you'll turn it around. This will be the week, and he just keeps fucking disappointing you. Collins, solid since he came back. I think he come back. He's only missed one game. I think he missed the first game potentially. Aitken, that's one of Jesse's centers that got away. But yeah, edge center. Obviously, he played edge last year. He's playing center this year, so it's an interesting one there. But yeah, he's had some really solid games. I'll just quickly bring up his stats to have a look at. 58 and 40 last few weeks. So 50, 44 to 25. I guess those 20s, they're pretty hard to take in your edge. But the 40s, 58, that's obviously solid. So yeah, I think in an ideal world, he'd be playing him at center. But yeah, it's hard. As I said, like let's be honest, every position basically has a drought of talent. And edge is definitely one of them. So I don't know. I was talking to Jesse the other day, and I was like, we literally added an extra team into the competition. And why does it feel like there's less talent now? I just don't get it. So it's a weird one. Alamotti's been fine. At center though, it's it's pretty shit average. Let's be honest, 34. That's well and truly on the lower side of all centers. It's probably the worst center that anyone's starting. Brown has been disappointing. He was really good last season, but that's just not it. Hopgood. He was an absolute revelation to start the season. The one that got away from me, I nearly grabbed him. I was going to grab him the next pick, and it didn't work out. But yeah, he even moved back to the bench. Look at, there was that week, I think. No, it might have been that week, 35. But yeah, his scores have still been pretty good. I mean, you're still playing him, but fucking, you saw those first two scores, 82, 85. You're like, holy shit, this guy's going to be a first round pick next year. But yeah, I think we got a bit too excited there. His winger fullback is absolutely lethal when they're on. Manu has not been great, though. That's for sure. And there's not a lot happening on his bench. Savage hasn't played yet. He's been very patient with him. So he'd want to be good on return. So muchness on his bench there. Will be changed weekly. Once again, absolute fucking lies. Big Mike, you got a lot to fucking answer for, mate. Lockie Croker, not a great hooker. Not a great hooker. Has he been out injured? I don't know. I want to say he has been. I'm just quickly bringing up last week's Manly side. No, he's played 5 games. So where are we at? Manly. No, he played last week. So I'm just talking absolute shit. Sorry for wasting everyone's 30 seconds there. Not great. 34.4. That's poo. That's stinky doo-doo. Payne Haas, 68. Absolute beast. That's got to be up there for one of the top averages of any position. Paulo, yeah, that's fine. Not great. Gilbert, he's been really good. Ricky, as per usual, disappointing. He's got a lot of potential, but he just kind of, unless he gets attacking stats, he doesn't fucking score well at all. And apparently he's injured. So I wish it would tell you how long he was injured for. Moses, he's been killing it. He's just been posting some big scores. So I feel like he's really stepped up this year and he's dominating more, and Brown's barely getting any ball. So it's an embarrassment of riches for Mike at centre and winger fullback. So he's winger fullback. That's one of the all-time classic combos, you know, Teddy and Turbo. Albeit Teddy not doing great. What's fucking Dilly Edwards nearly doubling him in average or something? I don't know. But the hammer has been he's killed it out of nowhere. He's been amazing. Holmes at centre, 43. He's not even getting a look in. Isaako's not getting a look in. 50.4 from 7 games for the fucking Dolphins. Let's have a look at his scores. Because Jesus, this cunt could barely get a start at the Titans. Yeah. So 74. Look at the fucking tries. 2, 2, 1, 3 against. He scored 80 and he didn't score a single fucking try against the Bunnies and they got pumped. They got fucking pumped. That's crazy. That is crazy. What do you do? Like goals, he's kicking goals. Tackle bust 5. Yeah, I mean, I'm just impressed. I'm just impressed, and he's not getting a look in. So, yeah, interesting. Big Mike, surely you're thinking about a trade, mate. Get rid of some of his talent. But yeah, maybe he's just, I don't know. He just wants to be careful because those injuries might come. So, oh no. My order's been all fucking messed up here. Good one. We'll go the old redo there. Will's penis in me. Yeah, he fucking copped Will's penis on the weekend versus Neds. Interesting as well. Jump on the old Facebook. Couple notifications. Cool. The old fucking, oh man, the group's popping off. Every cunt under the sun wants to fucking post about victory drinks and bagging on their opponents that they've just beat. So, good to see. The boys were getting into the banter and girl, I guess. So Harry Grant, 62. Just Harry Grant things. King's been great. King has been very solid. Both the Kings, good cunts. Couple good cunts. Fodder Waker, yeah. I think he's been coming on a bit better lately. What have we got? Last 3 rounds, he's averaged 55. So yeah, he's been playing a bit better. Jeremiah Nanai has not been good at all. He has just been a big disappointment for Aaron, and yeah. Even Olakawatu, yeah, 48.8. It's fine. It's yeah. I'd be hoping for more from him. Who hasn't been a disappointment for him? Benny Hart. Imagine fucking dropping that cunt. Although it's just like, you have a look at his scores, right? And he's just got some real fucking stinkers in him. Like this 22. I'm pretty sure I played him for that. That was the one that did my head in. 48. With a try, and I was just like, what the fuck? But then he's come out and he scored a 72 and 83. It made me feel like an idiot. But he's got a 37, so he's been a bit rocks or diamonds. But, like, having said that, like, there's no fucking talent out there at the moment, is there? So, like, why am I being a picky cunt? Campbell Graham, though, that's all clutch. That's got to be the top center score right there. I would stake my rental property that I'm renting, not the one I own, on the fact that he is the number 1 center there, for sure. Cobbo, he's been okay. Sloan has been fine. I gave him away. I picked him off of the waivers and just traded him instantly, so that was a fun one. But absolute rocks or diamonds. Couple 40s, fine. 20, that 8, that's a killer. So, yeah. Not the kind of roller coaster I'd want to go on. Nat Butcher, he's out suspended. He's been good, though. Apparently, he's got Schuster now. Schuster's just, yeah, has not been helping anyone. Lemueli, I swear this cunt's been in, like, fucking 5 teams by now, so, yeah. The bench ain't doing much, except for Butcher's, obviously, a key player there. But, yeah. Yeah, he's been solid. Aaron's been a decent addition to the league so far, so... Marty. Fucking speaking of good additions to the league, Marty Hill. What fucking you can't have a fantasy footy comp without Marty in your comp, can you? Just don't yet. Marshall King killing it. He has become one of the top hookers in the competition. Credit to him. Murray doing Murray things. Yeah, no, not disappointing anyone. Especially the ladies. In the stands, just fucking absolutely loving to look at Murray. And Marty's been loving the look of his scores. So fucking, I am dribbling some absolute shit. TPJ just came back, 51 points. Cannot wait to see him get suspended. It'll happen sooner rather than later. Sorry, Marty. Kaloa Matangi, 54.3. He has been a beast, an absolute origin bolter, but unfortunately he's out for 6 to 8 weeks. So yeah, not good for Marty there. Would not wish that upon any player, especially a gun like Kaloa Matangi. So yeah, Marty doesn't have the best coverage there with Sewer on the bench. Fitzgibbon died. I just had a flashback. SJ, he's another guy who's bitterly disappointed me in finals, playoffs before. But yeah, 63.6, killing it. So people were telling him to retire, but that's not happening. Gagai is huge. Every time I look at the scores after a game, I was like, how the fuck did Gagai score that much? Lockie Miller, he's just been a freak. He's in everything. He's always busting tackles. He's always just like a handful. So yeah, quality. And yeah, Perham's been fine. Perham's been decent. Cherry Evans, fucking look at this cunt. He's not even playing Cherry Evans. Get fucked. Get absolutely fucked, Marty Hill. That's all I'll say about this. Like, just sums it up right there. The fact that Cherry Evans isn't in the starting side, like, get wrecked. Be real, cunt. Cook, cool, 60. Oh, I mean, he fucking wishes that was 60. 59.9. What a loser. Can't even get to 60. Tohu Harris, yeah, good little in for Rhett, who had a couple games out there. McInnes, he did pretty well last week. He's in the starting side now, after a few injuries. So hopefully Marty will be hoping it stays that way. His forward pack's not his edge, I should say, is not the strongest. It's pretty weak. It's definitely the weakest part of his side. Except for maybe his winger fullbacks, but they always score a little bit less than the forwards on average. So Kickout's obviously a long-term injury. He's barely played any games, only 4 out of 7, so not great. Yeah, Munster's been pretty good. Can't complain. Lomax, very disappointing. That's, I think I said before, like a 34 was the lowest anyone would be playing. And here he is playing a 32 in Lomax. So, not great. Sivo, absolute roller coaster. Scored a couple tries on the weekend, which I did not fucking appreciate at all. Fuck you, Sivo. Mulatalo, solid, 38. But yeah, we've got Jakey on the bench. 50s, yeah. Solid, reliable. Brumo, not been doing much, out injured, unfortunately. Tupou, he's been fine. But yeah, there's not a lot happening here. Few injuries, and Papali'i on bye. So yeah, that is a Rhett's side. Prominski was a Boyd. I didn't even realise that he had Tanner Boyd in his side. I was thinking he was just like having a throwback to Darius Boyd. Yeah, what can we say about Marcel's side? Just an absolute wealth of talent in his forwards. Like, I mean, Hooker's obviously pretty average, but fuck me dead. Like, Yo at mid, ridiculous. Madison, killing it. Like, great. I mean, Bateman's average is like, but yeah, just beast. Cardi was doing business for him there for a while. Crichton is on the verge of coming back. Host has been solid recently. So yeah, it's just a wealth of talent there. Walker's been on a tear ever since he picked him up. I saw Walker there and I thought, no, this guy's about one of the least reliable people you could possibly have in your halves. But he's been doing quite well for him. So hopefully that stops soon. Crichton's probably the big disappointment there for him. That's not great. But Marzu, absolute beast. Like, when's he not fucking making 20 tackle busts a game? That's obviously an exaggeration. But yeah, he does make quite a lot. Ponga in his starting side, that's interesting. Does he know something we don't? I don't know. Yeah, you'd think he couldn't be too far back from a return. So, but yeah, Paul can't. Hopefully he can get back on and put some games together. So, yeah, as I said, Crichton on his way back. So, I was going to say it'd be good to see him back playing footy, but I don't really want him to because Marcel's side's already too fucking good, isn't it? Like, let's be real. Newman error. Yeah, great. I got to play this side this week. Fucking fun. Robson, yeah, really solid. 55.7. Carrigan, that's fine. Like I was going to say his mids have been disappointing, but to be honest, Arrow, we haven't seen enough of him, and he was quite good on the weekend. Yeah, Carrigan, that's fine. You'd be wanting a bit more from him, but it is what it is. His edges, yeah. So we got Frizzell and Preston. They've been good. They've been solid. Like, they haven't been world beaters. But yeah, they haven't disappointed him. Liam Martin, who's also never really been a gun. He's been okay. He's only played 3 games, so he's chilling on the bench. You got Liero, 7 for 44. So he's got a few edge options there. But none of them are particularly beasts. Frizzell 53. That's good. What am I talking about? Halves has been a shit show for him. I got rid of Townsend after he scored maybe 25, and Kyle found out the hard way on the weekend that Townsend's not one to be fucked with. So yeah, sorry mate. I look forward to you playing him this weekend. That's all I'll say about that. Talakai, another one of my cast-offs. He's been okay. That's okay. He's had some good games. He's had some average ones. But yeah, I'm still fine with letting him go because the guy I'm playing is scoring more. Mitchell, absolute beast. He's had a couple quieter games, but then he's not like stinkers, just quieter. But then he's just absolutely torn it up. And Reece Walsh, he has just, I just didn't think he'd improve. I don't know. I clearly like the system he was in, like the coach and all that stuff at the Warriors team last few years just hasn't been it. And whatever's happened with the game plan and coaching at Brisbane, he's gone to the next level almost instantly. So that's a big uptick on his averages from the previous years. As far as his bench goes, we touched on Liero. That's okay. Martin's just taking up space at the moment. And he's got a couple plebs from the Newcastle Knights who are not doing too much. Clockstad's not doing too much either. So he's absolutely not getting a start anytime soon over Mitchell and Walsh. That's for sure. And then we jump over to Chris's side. Man. What a record, 6 from 7. That's fucking solid. You gotta be loving that. I was watching a game with him on Saturday and just no ego at all. He was just didn't even slide in one little humble brag. Maybe he knew I was hurting with my 0 wins, but there we go. One place where he's hurting is hooker. He's out at sea there. There's nothing happening there for him. That's not great. Hutchinson ain't it. You got Cotter and Larry. So his mids aren't even scoring that great. And Hudson Young started off the year real slow, slight uptick here with the 50.3, I should say. But Nickera has been amazing for him. Hines 80, get fucked. Like, be real, son. That's too much, mate. You need to fucking calm it down. Penasini, that'd have to be up there. I reckon that's the second best centre score I've seen, just behind Campbell Graham. But fuck me, he's been solid. He showed signs of it, I think, last year. It's his first season, so second season for Penasini, and yeah, beast. He likes to get involved. That's for sure. Someone who has not been getting involved, Coates. That's straight up poo, mate. That ain't it. But yeah, I get the feeling he's been playing Meanie most of the time. So Meanie's been real good for him. Taruva, another one of my many cast-offs. You're welcome. So yeah, he's been good. I don't know why I let him go. I am a dumb cunt. Hughes, fine. A fine backup. It's been, obviously started the season with him. And that didn't hurt him too much, not starting with Hines. And, yeah, Brom, Hands, I don't know. What can you say? It's a very solid side. So, yeah, I mean, we just go back to this ladder. Look at him. 6 from 7. It is what it is. It's interesting though. Like you have a look at the points scored, and yeah, like Jesse's scored more points than him, and he's all the way down here with 3 less victories. But hey, that's fantasy for you. She's a very fickle beast for sure. So anyway, that'll about do it. That's a quick wrap up of just kind of where the ladder is, where the side's set, and my just general thoughts on them. So potentially, if people want, I can try to work out a time to get on board, perhaps with Toddy, and do a little preview for the upcoming round, if people want it. But yeah, shout out in the comments, and catch you on the next one in 6 months. Cheers.